Hi, welcome to Homeschoolific. This is Diana. We're in course Homeschool 101, Section 3, How to Research the Laws in Your State. Know the homeschool laws in your state. Homeschooling is legal in all 50 states. Each state has a unique law or none, starting with what's required from both the parent/teacher and the student. Regulation by state. This map will show you at a glance if your state requires no notice or low, moderate, or high regulations. This map comes from the HSLDA site, and that's a .org. And I would strongly suggest to go and visit there. They are so wise and they have a lot of good information that they have gathered about every state. And as an update, they tend to update their site as well. It's a huge undertaking, but they've done a very good job about it. It's kind of like a hub for the whole country. To give you an example, we are a low regulation state here in Nevada, but our regulations are much lower than California, which you will notice is also a low regulation. Here in Nevada, we put in a letter of intent one time, and there are regulations that our school district requires. But outside of that, I am not in contact with the school district again unless I move or I put my child back into the public school district. Outside of that, it's pretty low. So low can be varied and high can be varied, but this is overall a broad look of what regulations will look like by state. Questions to ask. So you want to ask these kind of questions and get answers for these. Are you required to do independent assessments? Some states require that a certified teacher assess your student. Are there yearly portfolios? Are you required to include those? And if so, where are you submitting them? Time requirements. Do you have hourly, daily, yearly requirements? Some states require as little as 150 days. Some might be 180 days. Legal documents. Some states require that you fill out a letter of intent, and this could be at the end of the year. It could be just once, and it may include evaluations. Record keeping. Are you required to keep records? And if so, what records? I personally think it's always good to keep transcripts, so I would say always do some kind of record keeping. Yearly testing. Are there specific tests that you need to have? And if so, is it yearly? Is it annually? I mean, not yearly, annually. Is it quarterly? Is it annually? And where do you take your child? Teaching requirements. Some states actually require that the teacher, whether it be the parent or someone else, have a special or specific diploma or high school diploma or college degree or license or something. Some states require none. And then age of attendance. Contrary to common belief, it's not 5 years old in most places. Some places can be 5, some are 6. Here in Nevada, we're 7, and you're not even able to put that letter of intent in before 7. So each state is different. Curriculum and subject requirements. Your family may be required to teach specific subjects or use specific curriculum. Some states may require certain subjects at different grade levels. And then some may require basic subjects. And then some may have no requirements at all. So it's very important that that's another question you get answered. And then if you live in a state where they may give you money for education, you need to know what the specifics are for that. Usually you cannot buy any curriculum that has any type of religious ties to it. If you do, then you're not allowed to use the funds for those curriculum. And then some states even require that you only buy within the state. So know what you're dealing with when it comes to those kind of things. Withdrawing from school. So if your student, your child, has been a part of the public school district or private school system, you will need to withdraw them. So you will be required to submit certain paperwork. You have to contact the office to find out what that paperwork is and then withdraw them. And then I would strongly suggest to keep a copy of it. So remember, check the laws in your state and county. Make sure your questions are answered, all of them. They may be no or not applicable, but make sure they're answered. Know your subjects and your curriculum requirements, and then feel free to add to those if you so desire. Withdraw your student if they are part of a public or private school. And check out the HSLDA site for more information and more helpful tips on homeschooling. So thank you for joining us here. Next section will be section number 4, and we'll cover learning styles with LaVonda. Thank you for joining us at Homeschoolific. We do it, you can too.